Good morning. Welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Monday again. Monday, December the 29th. It's the last few days of December of 2025. We're here to look at the new releases published this week. There are not many. Publishing industry is still in their holidays. So, with that being said, quick announcements. We're not going to have a morning show on Wednesday or Friday. There's just nothing to look at. And I really don't believe in doing, me personally, end of year wrap-ups for what I've read, what I'm looking forward to in reading. I'm a mood reader. I don't know what I'm reading in next year. So everybody gets the mornings off Wednesday and Friday. So all the books that we are looking at today are all that are being published this week in mystery, both cozy and crime fiction. Other announcements, I don't have any sprints tonight. I don't do them on Monday night. Our next sprints are tomorrow night, Tuesday night, at 8 p.m. Eastern. They go for 2 hours. Streaming is as usual. Elena says, good morning, PK. Good morning, Elena. How you doing? She says, I'm good, good. And she says, hope everyone is well. Indeed. Hope everybody had a good Christmas holiday if I didn't see ya. Onward to the new year. All right, let's take a look. We do have a big name in cozy mysteries published this week. Don't know how she managed it. This is 12th in the Noodle Shop Mysteries, Crime Rangoon by Vivian Chien. Cindy Kwan, owner of Asia Village's bookshop, The Modern Scroll, is privileged to host best-selling author Charlene Chan for a signing in honor of the writer's latest book, The Mystery of General Tsao. Lana Lee is equally excited for the appearance of her favorite author, and even more so when Cindy asks her to be Charlene's handler for the event. Taking her duties very seriously, Lana stays by the side of the prominent author to assist in anything she might need. With a line out the door and stretching through the plaza, Cindy is overjoyed at what a success this is for her shop. But unfortunately for Cindy, her success comes with a price. The author is found dead in the mystery aisle, clutching a copy of her own book. Coincidentally, the book's plot matches the details of the murder. Lana's boyfriend, Detective Adam Trudeau, is charged with leading the case investigation, but finds himself overwhelmed when he realizes just how much of the book series is mimicked in reality. For the first time in their relationship, Adam calls on Lana to partner up with him to help solve the case. The couple must work through the novel to outwit the murderer, stay one step ahead, and beat the die-hard fan to the last chapter. And we thank this author, Vivian Chien, for publishing a book in this week. Good morning, Elijah. How you doing? I'll be releasing my own book by the end of January. Wow! What kind of book is it? Did you tell us? I can't remember. You mentioned that you were working on it, but what kind of book is it? What genre? Congratulations. Pre-congratulations. The Case of the Devious Daughter by Kathy Ace. Book number 12 in the Wise Inquiries Agency Mysteries. It's January in the picturesque Welsh village of Anwen by Wye, where temperatures plummet as Annie Parker and Carol Hill find themselves working for a woman who seems perilously close to death's door, and holding some worrying views about why that might be. They're tackling the delicate case alone because Christine Wilson Smith is trapped in London until her baby is born, where she battles boredom by burrowing into the woes of a couple of wine snobs. Meanwhile, Mavis MacDonald has accompanied Dowager Duchess Althea Twist to the family's Scottish Pile, where time with offspring is supposed to be the focus, until a very significant person from Mavis's past appears with an alarming problem she feels compelled to investigate, leading to a situation that threatens Althea's elaborate and not entirely welcome plans for Burns Night. Despite the women of the Wise Inquiries Agency being scattered around the UK, they still manage to act as a strong team, especially when a plea from Henry, Duke of Chillingworth, gets them to stand as one. His wife's chum, Val Jenkins, once best known as TV's Curious Cook, has convinced the Duchess that a healthy eating plan is needed by everyone residing at the Hall. When Henry realizes this includes himself, he takes action to try to save his favorite foods and, as a side effect, his wife's good friend. Lots going on in that world. Oh, it's a mystery. Ooh, good. Poison Politics by P.J. Skinner, 11th in the Sea Castle Mysteries. When her best friend, Geeta Chaudhry, throws her hat into the ring for local council elections, vintage shop owner Tanya Bow eagerly signs on as campaign manager. Oh, don't do that with best friends. It should be straightforward. Hand out leaflets, knock on doors, smile at voters, but nothing in the seaside town of Sea Castle is ever simple. Between candidates with dubious pasts, whispers of corruption in the council offices, and a town divided over everything from potholes to foxes, this election is heating up fast. When Marion Pocock, the formidable head of procurement, collapses at a candidate's meet and greet, what then? That happens. What begins as a medical emergency quickly becomes a murder investigation when antifreeze is found in her system. Ew, that's an awful way to go. From blackmailed business owners to rival candidates with everything to lose, half of Sea Castle seems to have a reason to want Marion gone. As Tanya digs into Marion's web of schemes and secret deals, the list of suspects grows longer by the day. And suddenly, Geeta isn't just competing for votes, she's become the target of people with nothing left to lose. With Geeta's campaign in tatters and a killer on the loose, Tanya must navigate the murky waters of local politics to uncover who wanted Marion dead and salvage her friend's hopes of victory. Lockets, Lies, and Deadly Pearls by Tessa Ora, 7th in the Maggie Wright Cozy Mystery Series. Renee Morrow, a budding journalist, dies just as she's about to hand Maggie a warning, and her expose dies with her. Biscuit, her loyal hound, and Maggie chase shattered pearls, hidden microchips, and an old locket that won't stop burning against her skin. But the truth tangled in this case feels too close to Maggie's own splintered past. Suspects are everywhere: a curator guarding the museum's reputation, a historian obsessed with Maggie's former identity, a janitor cleaning up the wrong mess, and an accountant whose ledgers bleed red. And Harper, her partner, her undoing, hides a lie that could break her. Blackmail, cover-ups, legacies polished white as pearl and red as blood. As the snow falls and the killer circles closer, the past catches fire, and this time Maggie might not outrun the flames. Oh my goodness. End of row 1. Midnight Bullet by, I was about to say buffet, Bullet. Lena Clover is the author, 5th in the Meg Butler Cruise Cozy Mysteries. The Grand Voyager is sailing in the Caribbean, and the cruise line has planned a midnight buffet to pamper, see, it is a buffet, to pamper the passengers. The doors are thrown open as the clock strikes the hour where a 10-foot chocolate fountain steals the show. Barely a minute later, it lists like the Titanic and crashes on the floor. Amidst the cries and confusion, Meg is the only one who notices the body on the floor with the red blot spreading on her chest. Like death by chocolate. Ship security is eager to downplay the crime. The woman had no family, so there's nobody demanding an investigation, but tender-hearted Meg Butler won't let it go and summons the shipboard sleuths. Determined to give the victim the justice she deserves, Meg starts asking questions no one wants answered, but on a ship full of passengers with secrets, finding the truth isn't easy. Between evasive crew members, suspicious passengers, and a few too-perfect alibis, the case gets murkier with every passing wave. The killer could be anyone, crew or guest, and time is ticking as the Grand Voyager steams toward its next port. Can Meg unravel the mystery before the murderer slips away? She's done it before, she'll do it again. Fatal Fair by Maggie March, 11th in the Lucy McGuffin Psychic Amateur Detective Series. Newlywed Lucy McGuffin thought returning from her honeymoon would mean domestic bliss with police chief husband Travis. She should have known better. When mysterious food blogger The Fussy Foodie arrives to film a star-studded baking competition, Lucy's excitement turns to dread. The elite event was supposed to put Whispering Bay on the map until the foodie turns up dead and Lucy's longtime frenemy Heidi becomes the prime suspect. With her psychic lie detector abilities and Paco's ghost-whispering talents, Lucy knows there's more to this recipe for murder than murder. But investigating means dodging Travis's warnings, camera crews, and temperamental chefs hiding deadly secrets. Can she unmask the real killer before an innocent woman gets whisked away, or will Lucy discover that some people really would kill for the perfect recipe? You know, if you live in a town and they're going to have a cooking show come to your town with a famous foodie, say no. Somebody's going to die. Always. Especially if it's coming to your store. Say no. Just say no. Midweek Mysteries. The Art of Murder, 19th in this series by Matthew Costello and Neil Richards. Just outside Midweek, hidden by the river's curve, stands Chilton House, home and weekend refuge to a famous modern artist and his bohemian circle from London. Their visits bring laughter, music, and whispers of scandal to the countryside. Then one summer night, a celebration turns dark. When tragedy follows, Kat and Harry are drawn into a maze of jealousy and dangerous secrets, where art and ambition can prove a deadly mix. Short and sweet. We like that. Up the Ante by Lena Hansen, 4th in a Magical Misfits mystery. Nobody expects potpourri to be deadly. Myrtle Cauldron, wonky witch and leader of the Magical Misfits coven, is looking forward to her beach holiday until the letter arrives. Stuffed with dried rose petals, it gives off scary vibes, scary supernatural vibes to be precise. Making a weird situation even worse, Myrtle's lover Chris calls from France. He stands accused of murder. Chris a killer? It's unthinkable. To clear his name, Myrtle chases post-haste after a ruthless foe, but the deeper she digs, the deeper she finds herself sucked into a vortex of deceit, revenge, and ancient malevolent magic. End of that row. Last row. The Hammer Always Rings Twice by Sue Hallowell, 3rd in a Bewitched Baubles mystery. Jewelry maker Maggie Bellamy just wanted to design a pretty collection for the town's Train Depot relaunch, not stumble into a missing artifact mystery. But when the ceremonial hammer disappears on the eve of its big debut and tensions rise among the restoration crew, Maggie's sharp eye and magical instincts tell her something bigger is brewing. With her snarky cat Pippa, loyal dog Topaz, and a circle of suspiciously secret locals, Maggie's soon chasing clues through workshops, backrooms, and old rivalries. The deeper she digs, the clearer it becomes someone's playing a dangerous game of history and deception. And if Maggie's not careful, she might end up the next victim on the list. That's a pretty cover. Lies Among the Lilies by Christy T. Dixon, 5th in the Cloverhaven Mysteries. When local jeweler Harlan Pratt turns up dead, Neely Kelter's quiet routine at her flower shop takes a sharp turn for the chaotic. Her ring is missing, her greenhouse alarm won't stop blaring, and someone hired a thug to chase her off the trail. Between her grandpa dating the prime suspect's mom and Sheriff Troy McGregor's not-so-subtle attempts to protect her, Neely has her hands full with more than bouquets, but danger's closing in fast, and the truth behind Cloverhaven's shiniest secrets might cost her more than her favorite pair of gardening gloves. Can Neely solve the case before her luck and her lilies run out? It's weird to see release dates in January. It is January this week. It's coming. The Body in the Kayak, 11th in the Sunset Lodge Mysteries by Diana Zarissa. When Abigail takes a rare day off in the middle of a busy week, she's expecting a fun day at the beach with her sister Mandy and some other friends. When a seemingly empty kayak floats into view, she's quick to suggest that they catch the vessel. Abigail is pretty sure that the kayak's owners are currently guests at Sunset Lodge. Considering everything that has happened since she moved to Nightshade, she probably shouldn't have been surprised that there was a body in the kayak. Danny Webb was a guest at the lodge. He'd arrived with his wife with a small group of friends for a week of sunshine, sightseeing, and kayaking on Foxglove Lake. He'd seemed a fun, friendly person, and for a short while it looked as if no one had a motive for his murder. It isn't long, though, before secrets began to unravel, revealing the man's double life and also his hidden past. It suddenly seems as if nearly everyone he knew had a motive for his murder, and Abigail and Mandy are right in the middle of it all, eager to find the killer before he or she can strike again. And last one, this one is not a cozy. It is the only crime fiction thriller that is newly published this week, not a re-release, not a paperback version of an earlier version. One. Treacherous Hack by Kevin G. Chapman, 7th in the Mike Stoneman thriller series. When electronics store owner Lou Palazzo is gunned down at a snowy Manhattan intersection. Need to wet the whistle. NYPD homicide detectives Mike Stoneman and Jason Dixon catch a case that's anything but ordinary. Back at Lou's shop, 2 Chinese nationals linked to a powerful Shanghai cybercrime ring are dead. The only clue? A missing laptop computer, possibly containing something Lou was willing to die to protect. Meanwhile, NYU student Ryan Gelb is panicking. His hacked laptop held the stolen university data he quietly gave to his uncle Lou. Now Lou is dead, and whoever killed him is coming for the file, and for Ryan. Caught between international cybercriminals, New York mobsters, and the police, Ryan is desperate to recover the file and avoid being expelled, or worse, executed. As Mike and Jason untangle a web of secrets, lies, and digital deception, they're met with stonewalling from all sides. NYU won't talk, witnesses are hiding the truth, and even their closest allies are keeping dangerous secrets. With the body count rising and a deadly showdown looming, the race is on to solve the mystery, recover the missing file, and avoid turning Lower Manhattan into a bloodbath. End of that row, end of the books published this week that are new. We applaud their bravery. Alrighty. When am I doing another live reading sprint? Asked Elijah. Tomorrow night. I do them every Tuesday and Thursday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern for 2 hours. And then the Saturday afternoons at 3 p.m. Eastern for 5. So we have 9 hours each week of live sprinting. So Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. It's at 8 p.m. On Tuesdays and Thursdays because I'm in Montana and I am 2 hours behind Eastern time. So at the end of work at 5, I race home, and it's 6 o'clock that I start in my time. So I get here as soon as I can, and when we do eventually get snow again, I get here as quickly as I can, as safely as I can. So 8 p.m. Tuesday, Thursdays, 3 p.m. Saturdays. Thank you for the prompt. So that is it. And again, morning show Wednesday and Friday canceled. There's just no other books unless we look into other genres, and I'm not really interested in other genres at the moment. And Elijah says, thanks, you're welcome. Alrighty, well, I hope you have a good Monday. We are going to pay for the 4 days off that we took. So it's going to be kind of a crazy day for me. And so I'm kind of glad I don't have sprints tonight because I'm probably just going to be wiped out. The year ends on Wednesday. Have you met your reading goal? Do you care about reading goals? So, are you rush reading some books? Are you leisurely leaping over the year? hope you have a good New Year if I don't see you, but probably, but I'll see some of you on Sprints tomorrow night. But thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. We are small but mighty, and for we are Bookeemonsters, and this is our third Christmas season going into the next year. So I thank you very, very much. So be safe, read good books, and as the banner says here, don't be a bookworm, be a Bookeemonster. Nom nom nom. Have a good day and God bless.